Hey, it's Chelsea, and today is exactly 4 weeks from the day that I had an accident while jibbing at lax and ripped open my kneecap and also fractured my knee. So I'm going to give a little update on how it's going now. So if you don't know what happened, here's the quick rundown. On February 1st, I was jibbing at lax and I crashed into a rail instead of getting on it. I ripped open my knee and I skied down, noticed it then, went to the hospital, got it sewn up. They didn't do an x-ray or an MRI because they thought my tendon was fine. And I walked out of there with a big old brace and like 8 huge stitches in my knee. 2 weeks later, I got those stitches out and the doctor said, your knee's just gonna be stiff for a few days and it'll loosen up, but it was extremely stiff for many days after that. And finally on the 5th day, I said, screw this, I'm going to the hospital. I got an x-ray and it turned out my kneecap was also fractured. So I found that out 2.5 weeks after it happened, but that's fine because the course of action is the same, just brace and don't bend it and go with crutches. And so I went back to wearing a brace and back to using crutches. It really felt like deja vu. And now that's 1.5 weeks ago, ish. Today's 4 weeks from the accident. So this is what I've been doing, pretty much the same as I was doing with the stitches in. Of course, now I'm not doing squats and doing like really big weight bearing stuff on the knee, knowing that it's fractured. I usually wear the brace, or if I don't wear the brace, I'm definitely using the crutch when I'm outside the house. Sometimes I use both, and inside the house I often use neither. I was told that I could definitely still bend it and do anything that is less than a 4 out of 10 as far as pain and where you don't have any lingering pain afterwards. So I am still doing like some wall sits I did yesterday, and I'm trying to do exercises. Today I even played football, which was probably a little much, but I had the brace on and it didn't hurt, and it doesn't hurt afterwards. Just been still trying to be active and keep my legs strong, but also be considerate of the fact that my kneecap is fractured. The thing is, I still don't know whether I'm gonna need a surgery because you can see it in the x-ray. The piece is like pretty not attached to the rest of it, and that x-ray was already taken 2.5 weeks after it happened. So I'm really curious to know what it would look like now, like if there's been any progress with that piece like fusing back together with the rest of the kneecap. So I have a few appointments in Berlin next week, and I am going to hopefully get a new x-ray. I would really think that would be necessary to see if anything's happening. And if it's not fusing back together, I think that would be the point where they say, let's do a surgery and pull out that piece. From what I've been told by a few people who've had similar injuries, it's not a big enough piece where they would reattach it with a screw or a plate. And I would really rather they not do that because that's just like a whole nother round of recovery, and it's not a very big or important piece of my patella from what it looks like. I didn't have pain, I didn't know it was broken. It's not the weight bearing part of the patella, so I'd be very happy if they just pull that thing out and then I can go about on my business, but I'll find out next week and the week afterwards. So yeah, for now it's just keep waiting, keep being good to my body, eating healthy foods, doing the exercises that I can do, and still mobilizing my knee and getting the swelling to go down, which it has quite a lot. So yeah, that's my update. That's how it's going 4 weeks after ripping open my knee and fracturing my kneecap. And I'll give another update once I've got another update. That's it. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.